Howdy, friends. So, I have about an hour or so before I have to go into my last session today for work. I'm so excited. I like parking at the rooftop here and sun gaze. But I think it's quite fascinating, like, sun somewhere in there. But I'm looking at the clouds today and how they're unreal, but it is just quite beautiful to watch sometimes. You just watch the natural. You guys see that, right? I didn't make this up. So what is going on? I don't know. You see 1, 2, 3. Pretty cool. I think it's time that, the powers that think they be, just out with the truth. We can handle it. I mean, you look at how many awakened people, how many people are spreading so much information. Oh, here's a nice one. Look, check this out. It's a heart. I always think of my best friend who passed away and his obsession with unity. And if it does exist that people who passed on are just in another realm but on the same earth plane, he's making hearts. That shape is pretty fascinating. Anyways, so I wanted to share a message about coincidences and that there are no coincidences. Long story short, I've been dealing with panic attacks and anxiety attacks, and I deal with them occasionally when I'm at home rested, or if I'm lying down and wanting to close my eyes. Rather there's a lot on my mind or not. I think because I'm such a multitask person, there's so much I do in a week's time, let alone in a day's time. It's pretty fascinating how much stuff I do in order to survive, but at least I get to do it with compassion, and I love what I do. There's no doubt about that. But the anxiety has been getting worse and worse and worse every week. Even like yesterday, I was really tired because I had a long day. As you all probably don't know, if you do know, I'm a performer, so I have these dance shows and music events and party hosting and catering stuff and event coordinations. So I'm pretty satisfied. I love my consumer value, but I came home yesterday from my whole day, and I just want to lay down around maybe quarter till 10 p.m. I was knocked out. I was asleep, and then for some odd reason, there was some type of noise, and I don't know what noise it was, but I woke up at 12:55 exactly, and I was just restless since. And the sound was so loud, my body jumped, and so my heart rate was going really fast, and it felt like, I don't know, it felt like maybe there was an aftershock, even though it probably wasn't. But all these different waves coming through and coming to Earth and solar winds and whatnot, it is quite a lot, especially if you're an empath and empath. It's a lot going on. It's really hard. Sometimes I want to break down and cry because my body is so strong, but it's like, how much can someone handle? Because I have a regular life, somewhat to a degree, and then people in that normal life in my career constantly need they need it. They need Aaron around. They need a hug. They need to understand how to do something. I'm their stress relief. My innovation I have for a workout plan is what they need. And then there's shortage at work, and I'm covering shifts, and I'm also Uber driving because you when you live in Los Angeles County, it's hard to live alone. You have to do like 2 to 3 jobs if you can. It's really hard, but I'm doing it. I'm confident. Um, but the coincidence I really wanted to talk about today was, so I just said maybe I'll go to urgent care and just wait in line. Unfortunately, I got to the line too late because I have work in an hour. Obviously, I wouldn't make it on time, but um, so I was on the phone with my friend. I go outside. I'm telling him about my situation. He's telling me about depression, and he's depressed and he's alone, and so it seems like a lot of people are going through everything. There's not one thing someone's not going through, but so across my way is this lady that I've trained her before. And I'm like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, just a normal routine checkup. So it was a coincidence because I haven't seen her in probably a year. Oh, maybe like 6 months. And then another person from my trainings, she comes down the hallway. And she was like, hey, that's you, right, Aaron? I'm like, yeah, because she doesn't recognize I have blonde hair. Um, it was really funny. She was just like, oh my gosh, how are you? And I said, great. And I told her about an event that I'm hosting this Saturday. And unfortunately, she couldn't make it because she was actually there at the hospital because her husband is he's in stable condition, but it's not looking good. It could be kidney related, liver related, and prostate related. And I was like, oh no. But it's fascinating because had I not gone through what I was going through and said, why don't I go get checked? Perhaps I was hearing a different distress call, but I just acted on it. And here goes someone who I still believe in prayer with people. And so I just, I gave her a small prayer of my own ways that I am. And I just said, anyone that knows me, and I said, and we all been through a lot together because she's been my client for a while in the past. Said, my father would take care of anything you just requested. So I just think it's very fascinating. There are no coincidences whatsoever. So it kind of brought me at ease that all of what I'm going through and these body afflictions and whatnot, they're worth it. Because if it's bringing me back to people who I've helped in the past, or if people need to know that someone is here for you, I rather keep suffering. It's not that bad compared to what other people were going through. I mean, for goodness sakes, I had a friend who was just facing depression. I was on the phone with him, consoling him, as someone is could on the verge lose her husband in the future because of his health conditions. But I just thought it was pretty trippy how things work like that. I always think I'm so far off, I'm so lazy, I didn't do what I was supposed to do today. I didn't do any channelings, I didn't do any writings, I didn't do gematria codes, I didn't go to my meditation area in nature. I didn't buy the shoe paint that I wanted because I don't want the red. I want the red to be black. So there was just a lot going on today. So, but I want you guys to be inspired. There are no coincidences. And yeah, that's all. Trust trust in the uncertainty sometimes. Like, you might be somewhere and not know why you're there, and sometimes I always forget to ask, why am I here? Please reveal to me why I'm here. Um, but wow, boom. Anyways, I'll give you guys one more shot of the sun before I go. And whatever's happening above the sun. Allegedly. It's just quite fascinating because you can't say that the clouds are reflecting light. Right? It's just that one part. You obviously see some other binary bodies. And whatever that is I'm looking at right now. That was interesting. I love what's happening right now. All the breaking in of the... This is the sixth seal, you guys. It's adjusting ourselves to this, the things that we were not immune to for some time. I think it's quite fascinating, and I look forward to seeing what's going to happen. I really do. You see that there's two things there. You can't deny that. One binary body is blue or green. The other one is yellow. I'm trying to adjust my camera here. Anyways, I'm going to continue to sun gaze. You guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.